shed light on what should be the India's strategy in upcoming COP28 regarding the differentiated responsibility. Now, you must be aware of this fact that emission norms or the emission reduction. So globally, there is a consensus that those who are developed, because they have emitted much more than what developing countries have emitted till date. So there is a common that they all have to reduce the emission, but a differentiated responsibility. The developed nation must contribute more towards this reduction when compared to the developing countries. So the context is that both UNFCCC and Paris Agreement acknowledge the principle of differentiated responsibilities among nations concerning climate change. Now, the IPCC's sixth assessment report highlights that developed countries have historically contributed disproportionately higher cumulative emissions compared to developing nations. So that brings us to this news that what should be the strategy of India, how it should go in the negotiation, what should be its demand, what should be its stance on reduction. So UPSC, from the climate theme, the syllabus of climatology or the climate related issues, climate change and global warming has been an important theme from the perspective of UPSC prelims exam. As you can see, they have asked a question based on this rise of temperature in the year 2014. So we have taken a practice MCQ based on this key term, global carbon budget. So let us read all three statements and then we will come back to this question after looking into what is global carbon budget. Okay. So you have to find the correct ones. So first statement says it refers to the maximum cumulative global anthropogenic CO2 emission from the post-industrial era up till now. Second statement says the world warmed by staggering 3 degrees Celsius until 2019 when compared to pre-industrial levels. Third statement says only a fifth of the global carbon budget remains to meet the targets set in the Paris Agreement. So to answer this question, we must understand what is global carbon budget. So going by definition, it refers to the maximum cumulative global anthropogenic CO2 emission from pre-industrial era to when such emission reach net zero. Now in simpler terms, net zero emission is the amount you are emitting and amount you are absorbing back, like fixing it again. So when this becomes zero, it is net zero emission. So the carbon budget is nothing but the amount that you can emit so that you can reach up to this level. So you cannot emit any amount because then you will never reach this level of net zero. So there is certain budget, the amount that you can emit so that you can achieve this net zero emission. So the first statement, what was it? Up till now. So this is incorrect because it is till you achieve net zero. Fine. Now the second statement is about the rise in temperature. Now IPCC assessment report 6 has shown that the world warmed by a staggering 1.07 degrees Celsius until 2019. And here in question, it is 3 degrees Celsius. So again, this is an incorrect statement. Third statement says only a fifth of the global carbon budget remains to meet the target set in Paris Agreement. Okay, now just see, I told you the budget is how much more you can emit so that things remain in control and you can achieve net zero. Now, as per this report, we have exhausted almost 4/5 of the budget. So only 1/5 is remaining with us. So yes, third statement is correct. Okay. Third statement is correct. So as you had to find the correct statement, our answer would be A, that is only one. Fine. that brings us to the second question of today's discussion, which is based on the access to Sansad portal. Okay, now you must be aware of the developments where there is uproar in cash for query case, where MPs, there are allegation that MPs have demanded cash and gifts to ask the queries in parliament. Now, in light with this development, and winter session is coming up, so what parliament has done, that there are certain changes which have been made in relation to access of certain portals, and Sansad portal is one of that. Sansad is the Hindi word of member of parliament, that is MP. Okay, so issues related to parliament devices, procedures have been a persistent theme in UPSC examination, and it is nothing new. As you can see here in 2017, it has asked about the devices of adjournment, motion, questionnaire, etc. So we have taken up this question based on facts related to digital Sansad portal. Okay. So this is the first statement says that it is accessible only to the parliament and members of parliament. Second statement says under it, every member of parliament has a personalized dashboard to track their schedule. Now, I have highlighted the two statements which will help you in answering this question. You can take a screenshot for details regarding the digital Sansad board portal. So first feature is it is a paperless, efficient, transparent and accessible platform that ensures a seamless communication, collaboration and coordination among all stakeholders of parliament, and parliament constitute or includes several stakeholders, not just member of parliaments. It includes MPs, government officials or users, citizens and secretariat user. That makes the first statement incorrect. Okay. Second statement says under it, every member of parliament has a personalized dashboard to track their schedule. Yes, this statement is correct, as every member has a personalized dashboard to track their schedule, business for the day, e-notices, participation, payments and details of MP lads also. Okay, so this statement is correct. So our answer would be 2 only, that is B. Fine. So that brings us to the third question of today's discussion, which is based on investor risk reduction access platform, that is IRRA. Okay. Now this platform is related to share market. We will not go into much details because our MCQ is based on those facts. Fine. So as you can see, in 2023, UPSC asked a question based on beta. Okay. And it was related to the stock markets, as is this portal platform. So we have to find the correct statement among these two statements, and our statements are: the purpose of IRRA platform is to create awareness among retail investor in stock market to reduce their risk exposure. Now this statement is incorrect. We will discuss why. Second statement says the platform was developed by SEBI. Now again this statement is incorrect. So to understand what is IRRA, I'm explaining you in crude terms. Let's suppose this is a stock market. Okay, BSE or NSE. Okay. Now one investor can invest directly to it, but most of the time there are some intermediary platforms. Okay. So investor X, Y or Z invests in stock markets through these intermediaries. You might have heard about Zerodha and all. So these are the intermediary. Now suppose, just make an assumption that this fellow X is having certain number of share, n number of share in the market at present. Okay. And now market being volatile, it starts crashing. Now prices are going down. Now this fellow X wants to settle off and wants to sell all his shares. But at that very moment, this technical platform faces glitches. So this person is stuck due to technical glitches, and he or she will not be able to sell off or trade off his or her share in whatever manner he or she wants. Okay, so IRRA is a platform to just which acts as a mitigation to such situation. If there is a technical glitch where the intermediary is unable to facilitate the transaction, this will come in picture, and this will help the investor to settle his score or settle whatever the business transaction one wants to do. Okay, so it can be invoked by trading member when they are faced with any technical glitch. So it is not any platform which creates awareness. It is a platform which provides a technical alternative to a crashed system. Okay, so it is it can be invoked by trading members when they are faced with any technical glitch at their end, impacting their ability to service the clients. So this can invoke, they can put how? When they have invoked this the demand for this service, the platform sends a link to the investor to access IRRA, and once the investors are authorized to access the IRRA platform, investor can complete the pending orders and close their open positions. Fine. So both the statement, because one says that it instills awareness, is incorrect. Second statement says that platform was developed by SEBI. This is incorrect because platform is developed jointly by BSE and NSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. SEBI has no role to play in it. So our answer would be D. That is neither one nor two. Sorry. Last question of prelim section is based on the veto power of governor. Now, of lately, what happened that there are certain states which are alleging that governor of the state is acting at behest of the central government and acting as an agent of the central government, and they are sitting idle on the issue of giving assent to the passed bills. Okay, so in line with there are several governments like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, West Bengal, Punjab. Of lately, Punjab government approached Supreme Court, and what happened that bench led by CJI, that is Mr. D.Y. Chandrachud, this was a 3-judge bench. They came up with a order. Now what they have said, that governor can return the bill to the legislature for the first time, but when this legislature again has passed the bill with or without changes and send it to the governor, governor is bound to give his assent. He cannot veto. This is what Supreme Court has to say about this issue. Okay, so you know that power of governor is very important topic from the perspective of UPSC examination. As you can see, in 2014 they have asked a question about discretionary powers of the governor of a state. So we have framed a question based on the discretionary power of governor itself. The first statement says, the appointment of chief minister when no political party has a clear-cut majority constitute the discretionary power of the governor of the state. So this statement is correct. He can appoint the chief minister with under his discretion when there is no political party having clear-cut majority, but there is a directive from Supreme Court. In SR Bommai case, Supreme Court held that even in such appointments, the Council of Ministers has to prove their majority on the floor of the House. Okay, so it is not just that he will appoint anyone as a chief minister and government will keep on running. So even if he is appointing a chief minister in his discretion, one has to prove the majority on the floor. Fine. Second statement says the governor enjoys discretionary power while exercising his or her function as the administrator of adjoining union territory. Now, this statement is correct. Third statement says that withholding the bills repassed by the state legislature, it is discretionary power. No, as you know, as per the judgment, it is no more a discretionary power. He has to give his assent. So our answer would be B, that is 1 and 2 only. So that will be all from the prelim section.